lost the spring in the jet.
We're gonna learn.
Once again, we do not know anything.
And we got one, and maybe you don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just witnessed history.
How about that?
Alright, fire it up.
It didn't feel oil pressure. Where's the oil? They don't have a. It's just a wet sump, right?
Yeah. Look at that crazy.
Is it in gear?
Did you see the steer?
I
The
did.
crazy steer.
Yes, I did.
Pop, pop, pop. Alright, folks, we have. You guys had asked for it. You asked for 1.0 stuff, so we got 1.0 stuff. So, just want to give you a quick thing. We do have 1.0 bundle on the merch site. So, a 1.0, the OG style shirt. Matchbox cars came in, so now there is 1.0 Matchbox cars available on the merch site, and the old issue of Hot Rod magazine from like 2013, the first time that I was on the cover. Well, this was in 2014, but there you go. So there's a combo pack on there where you get all three of them in a package while the copies of the magazine last. And also the new issue of Sick the Mag just shipped out, so if you're a subscriber, you should be seeing it any day. Cool addition of the envelope you get, so comment about that. Did you get the new one, and did you get that envelope, and what do you think of the new envelopes that we got? But there you go. And if you're not a subscriber, go subscribe and you will get this issue. So we do get extra copies so that we can send you the current issue all the time. So there you go. Thanks, guys. Like this, which he didn't know a lot about the fuel system, because it was just, this is how it was when he got it from McKesson. But like, why is this teed? Like, here's your fuel supply, but like, why is it also teed to the return?
Was this a regulator?
So is there a jet in there? Yeah, that's your regulator, but
I don't know. We're gonna learn, aren't we?
so, and then this is your quick connect or whatever on it.
What's that?
I don't know, it unhooks it. Like, that's,
So you can hurry and unbolt the 75 things and get it out really quick. Dude,
Oh, now you're fucking nuts.
is that a jet?
Yep, I lost the spring in the jet.
Well, I found the jet.
Well, there's a spring too.
I don't know where your spring is at.
Just broke it. But that's how you jetted the fuel system. Here it is. But that's the thing, is like, you jet this, I guess, for your base fuel pressure if you don't get too much. And then this is where we get told we're idiots by everybody online that knows a lot more about this. But But that's the thing, is like there's a ball valve here, so when you're hitting the throttle, it's opening up the ball valve that's putting more fuel to it. So.
But I don't know what that. I don't know what the hell this is. A filter.
Yeah, that's your filter and stuff coming off the pump. I just don't know, like this T-end back this way.
This
like,
goes to the gauge, fuel pressure gauge.
Yep.
In the car.
Yeah, but your return, you have your pump directly to your return. I would think it would go through all this and then go to the return the way it does here. But it goes, because I mean, this is also teed in. Well, shit, this is bypassing.
The ball valve.
No, it's bypassing your regulator.
Man, I don't know, it works.
So.
Don't mess with
Just
it.
leave it alone, it works.
It runs.
But he said it went to Kinsler to get tuned up. So then he was at a race with another guy that had Hillborn injection deal or whatever, and he said that guy was playing with his car all the time to get it to start, to get it to run, and then he got in and fired us right up or whatever, and the guy's like, what the hell, like how the hell did you get all that? He's like, came to me like that. But he talked about, like, I mean, all these adjustment things that, like, every once in a while you got to pull these off, you got to put an airflow meter on each one of them, and then adjust them to get them all close to right, because literally you're eight
carburetors.
You're fucking 8 carburetors.
Right.
But he said he never changed jets in these. He doesn't think they have jets, but I know on Skinny's car we would change jets per cylinder. There'd be a jet in there and we would change it. Well, I say we, and I mean Skinny. Skinny would change it to get the plugs right based on...
Yeah, there's these little foam things, because that's a...
You just ripped one of them off.
Well, no, it was disintegrated, but I want to say them little holes let air through them to pull the fuel in. I don't know. What the hell? We're going to learn.
Once again, we do not know anything. So you can tell us how big idiot we are, because we don't know. But I can tell you it's cool.
Right. And we got one, and maybe you don't.
And if you do, I guarantee you know more about it than we do. Oh, that's one thing too, is like he said when he first got it, he would shut it off with the ignition. And then I don't know who he talked to. I don't know if it was McKesson or Kinsler or somebody like that. He's like, I got to keep repriming it. Like, I got to mess with the fuel every time or whatever. And they're like, well, that just doesn't seem right. Like, so when you turn the fuel back on, oh, no, I was killing with the ignition. No, you got to shut the fuel off. That's how you shut it down. Shut the fuel off. And then turn the fuel on, it'll start right back up.
Something in the doors.
But look at that bar in the passenger side coming off the...
Well, you somehow got to get a leg under it.
And a leg over it.
Like on this side.
Well, wiggle that passenger seat.
It's safe.
That's the gyro, so you're always standing up, you're always going up straight.
The seat belt will hold you in it as it's flopping around.
It's safe, like... Yeah, but does the seatbelt go to anything besides the seat? It doesn't even have a seatbelt, does it?
No, it has a little P-clip for some wires right here.
There you go.
Maybe you could put some
You can zip tie yourself
rope
in.
through it or something.
But what's with that bar? Why is that bar...
Well, you had to have something for the front funny car bar to come and attach to. It doesn't seem like it's very strong though, because you know the bar's just going to bend right there if it gets, it'll collapse right here.
Why? 'Cause it's too long? There's no
Yeah,
triangle?
there's just 2 straight bars that all this connects to, so we'll just cut that all out.
Okay, so one thing that we realized, like picking up this car, actually we knew ahead of time, but like even talking to Bill out there, like the last time this car got certed, it only certed for an 850, and it has a pseudo funny car cage from back in the day that but but there's no way, with the way everything is, it'll start faster than that. We don't plan on the car going faster than 850, because you look at the power plant, it's an NA deal. So it has been with McKesson. He had it in the 8s. I think I don't know what it was, an 880, 860. I'm not sure what it is, but on a 10% nitro mix in this drivetrain. So so we don't anticipate, like I said, going that fast. And if we did go faster than 850, a lot of this would all need redone anyway. So we're going to cut out all the funny car cage, and I say we, that means Aiden's going to cut out a lot of these bars, because if you look, we're trying to make this in drag and drive car, but like the way the bars are, the way the funny car stuff is done is way different than how stuff's done now. But we're probably going to have to put an X brace on here, but get rid of this stuff. But if you look over on the passenger side, because this was basically a track car. This seat is in here, but it's not very well in here. But the way the bar comes, because of the way the chassis is on this, so you got this bar coming like right through the passenger, which I don't even know how a passenger would sit in here, the way this is. So gonna get this stuff out. And actually Bob's playing hooky today at the baseball game for opening days, so I'll be going down there later. But Bob had to, his whole day had to be around opening day, so a couple hour baseball game, he's got to use the whole day. So Bob went through with Aiden on everything. Is this yellow mark on the seat to take the seat out?
Yeah.
So hopefully you don't cut that out, but
That's what I asked, but
So-
he marked it yellow. I was supposed to cut it out.
but still going to get this stuff out, and then there'll be some other stuff that we'll have to do, like I said, probably next bar on this side. But most of this stuff will go away, and it'll just be a regular 850 cage. When we're done with it, that will allow a passenger to be in this, because we are going to turn it into a drag and drive car. So the idea is put this thing on the street. So that's Aiden will tell you his method to the madness on what he's going to cut first.
Gonna cut some bars out.
Okay.
So you gotta take the fire bottle out, and then all the bars that are marked in yellow are getting cut out.
Where are you cutting first?
Oh, I haven't made up my mind on that yet.
So that's Aiden's little project. He's gonna cut some bars out. So, and but wanted to make sure you guys saw the before of it and where the bars were and the layout of it, for the changes we're gonna make to it to, like I said, make it a little more streetable, or make it streetable again. So, it's got a radiator in it, but the fuel cell's only at best 2.5 gallons. So like, this is a pit cruiser is really all it's been for a very long time. So we're gonna have to put a bigger fuel cell in and stuff to make it into a street car we can drive around. So thanks guys. Alright, so last minute like change. I think we might take this to Indy and Cars instead, see if possibly they're going to have the track there, see if we could possibly get a hit on it, just kind of, at least a launch on it, just see what the hell it does, or who knows, might just be in the back parking lot, just seeing if we can at least mess with it a little bit, see what it's going to do. Oh, you know one thing too, Bobby, is like literally we can't even open the door with it on the hoist. We got to roll it forward.
I would think you could probably get in to start it. Hayden probably can get in there.
We got to
Give it a throttle whack.
Yeah, just prime it a little bit. Give it a couple pumps.
Go ahead.
Does it have any fuel in it?
Well, it does have a tiny bit in there. It don't have a ton, but it should still fire up on that. That's not the throttle.
What's that, the fuel?
That's fuel shut off. Yeah, that's what I was messing with. It don't have an accelerator pump. It's trying. It tried.
It won't hurt anything that I didn't shut the fuel off to stop
It
it.
has already run since then, has it not?
No.
Well, you did it.
But then I started right back up to
Well,
run
I
that out
didn't.
of it. Fires, I can't reach in to press the water pump to kick the water pump on to cycle the water pump, but ran it for a little bit, see if she got any leaks.
That stuff there.
Question is, what's from Aiden?
Flashback.
What'd you do, Aiden?
Well, it turns out there's no plug in the bottom of the oil pan. The oil doesn't stand in very well.
How many quarts did you put in before you figured it out?
How many do you think?
I hope not all 9.
I think there's still one at least in there.
So there's $200 worth of oil soaked up with oil dry. Bobby,
Yeah.
who's in charge of this kid?
I don't know. I just looked over and saw a lot of glossiness and just went back to work. I'm like, oh my god.
So when you figured out it was all coming out, then you raised it and stuck the plug in to try and stop
I
it?
fucking threw myself under and stuck the plug in to stop it and then raised it.
And what's from?
Well, I don't think he even touched that. Because that looks like nice brand spanking new oil.
And then
This is all.
then there was some smoke off this side. So
Well, nothing should have got on the header. I think we should get it out and you make a hit right in front of the building and come right back. It would make for sweet content.
that's the question, is this brake fluid? You said it didn't have much for brakes. I don't know how anything else gets on the inside of the tire, but
Give it a once over and then tighten them steering, like that steering Heim over there is a little junky. It's not the Heim, I think it's just the bolt is loose that ties it to the steering arm on the spindle.
gotcha.
So
Alright, so maybe we go back to the other plant. There's a lot of oil coming out this side, so obviously with us never going through this engine or knowing much about it. That seems decent. Question is it
Look at that boy. It's leaking right there. So
Well,
I wonder
that's
if
what I
it's
wonder.
weeping through that grind mark.
I didn't spill that much from the top. I spilled a lot through this hole, but not a lot through the top.
There was a lot that come out this hole right here. A lot.
a lot? Like 8 quarts?
No,
Like a
7.
lot.
There's
7
still 2 in it.
7
Only
quarts.
7 quarts?
And it was like you were flushing it.
Yeah, I was just making sure all the old oil was out.
It was like an engine embalming system. And
but
yeah.
only like one side of the valve train.
Damn. Take it out front, stomp it to the floor,
And if it blows up,
and if it hooks
Yeah,
up,
we'll
then we can push it back in.
Yeah. That's what we'll have to do. I mean, there's a lot of fuel in there, so it makes me wonder if that fuel just drained down in there and it was so fat, or...
Are you still blaming that shit on me?
Yep.
I don't think so, Tim.
Hey, this is the first
That
start
is
up.
not fuel, that is oil. Look at the shit.
I don't know. That's awful thin oil. Like, there's some oil in it.
Why did it only do one side, Tim?
So,
Tim.
Tim?
If
McCamus.
all 8, he's blaming this shit on me because I shut the car off with the ignition instead of the fuel. So it should come out that side too.
But we'll see if, no, all the fuel drained this way, because the car was tilted this direction a little bit.
No, remember this is a perfect pad. Perfect. This
But the engine's offset for torque,
don't try.
so all
I
the
don't
fuel
think
just
so.
rolled straight across.
I don't think so.
But, yeah, no. I mean, we'll get it running and see. I mean, that's whatever. It's either got a ring or... Well, it's got a bigger problem.
If it don't blow up out front, you're good to go.
That don't sound good.
Because you fucked it up. Let's go.